Hey there, Aries community. Soul Tiger is here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, as usual, I don't know what's going to come out, but there's a vibe that I'm catching. This one's kind of a little different. So, right now, the Aries in this story is having headaches, frustrations, weighed down, intellectual confusion about a job, task, contract. There's some legal issues that are happening, and it's solely geared to just like government stuff. It could be just the process of how it has to happen. But there's some kind of manipulation behind the scenes with this. I don't know if it's through the kind of paperwork that the other energy that you're dealing with, the situation, is trying to, what I'm hearing is laid on thick or something. Then I get a sense of nose, smells, sinus stuff, using more than one sense when choosing something. And this is your ancestors, guides. They're trying to help chime in on something. So it could be maybe you'll smell something good or something that reminds you of somebody in particular who passed away that is letting you know, hey, I'm here. Maybe this is okay. Or maybe you're going to smell something that's going to smell funky, that's going to lead you to think that there might be something funky up with whatever the situation is bringing in. So the fantasy isn't worth it. Ooh, I don't know what that was. But the fantasy isn't worth it. There's a lust energy that is tied to it. So whatever this Aries is thinking that could maybe help, what I'm seeing is blow off some steam. It's if it's in a lustful energy, what you're going to end up doing is giving more yourself away, and you're going to end up draining yourself more. Don't add more to carry. Just don't add more weight to what you have to deal with. Just saying. After that, oral care comes in, and they want me to speak about how it's the start to the digestive system. Tooth infections can lead to neurological stuff, issues when it comes to the brain. Remember, this is all for entertainment purposes. Go ahead and do your research. But basically, make sure if you got a tooth infection going, you need to make time to take care of it. Going and trying to do something different and being somewhere you're not supposed to be just so you don't have to deal with the issue that's going on is going to be more hurtful for you. Resolutions through a letter slash message. That one was very interesting. It's almost like closure's going to come at this kind of communication. Whatever this communication is that has put weight towards this headaches, the frustrations, the being weighed down, the intellectual confusion, the confusion about a contract as well. Something that has to be or is being made to be settled. It could be in court somehow through paperwork. I don't know if it's like a licensing thing or what, but there's something that's going to come through. So it might be patiently waiting for a message to come in or being open to even having this message come in. Don't close yourself off too much because you might put up a block to something that could help you out. All right, so Aries in this story, let's go ahead and get started. Another thing is I'm very drawn to feminine energy. I picked the goddesses tarot for the present, and I noticed that all my jewelry which I had some on this side, some on this side, has now gravitated for this story opposed to the last one just to the left side. And they say left side represents the yin energy, which is feminine. I believe yin, no, yang. Yang energy, which is feminine. Yin is masculine. Or vice versa. I can end up flipping it. Like I said, do your own research. This is why this is all for entertainment purposes. So, what is the angels' ancestors that need to come out for the Aries community? What is it? Well, for some reason, you don't feel like you can rest or you can find a good place where you can safely rest. Really be at peace. I have sanctuary here. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on a retreat. Rest is very important because it helps bring clarity in. You can find things when you're resting a different view sometimes. All right? Sometimes getting a little getaway is not retreating, but it could give time to come up with something different. All right, so two things that we're confused on here is polarity in this situation. The polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understanding the law of polarity. So, why is the law of polarity coming in? Well, I have something else that you're confused on, which has to do with freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. There could be somebody who's been a little bit more of a codependent energy. Something's happening, and now we got a change coming about, and we don't know what that's going to bring. Also, something else that's confusing is celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. No matter how big or small, even being able to go through a change, being able to take a break is worth celebrating. Any chance I get where I can insert this in a appropriate moment with my clients, I always try to remind them that life is hard. You deserve to take a break. You deserve to have the world off of your shoulders, even if it's for just this X amount of time. I just want you to know that I recognize that you are working hard in life. And that feels good. That feels really good to be able to hear that because sometimes we cannot validate that within ourselves. So I try and make sure. So for the Aries in this story, just know you deserve to rest too. If you're getting up and you're grinding and you're hitting it, you're trying to make sure you do the most, then make sure that you do the most to take care of yourself too. Even through these tough times that we don't understand why it's happening. What is the polarity between the light and the dark here? What is this lesson that's going to help balance me out? All right, so let's go ahead and ask for a few more cards. Anything else want to come out? So, flow. So, one of the things before this came out, I was told to reflect on the new moon energy. Yes, we have gotten pretty far from the new moon. We've already surpassed the hunter's moon here, the full moon in Aries, but still it is important for this cycle of stories. That new moon has to do with a polarity balance in a sense. On one side, we have self care. On the other side, we have the side that what I'm feeling to say for Aries is the neglect of ourselves, the self that we put out in the cold. I'm hearing to say, and this is very different. This is why I'm scratching my head at why I'm using this terminology. But it's why you always put yourself out on the cold on things, almost like why you would deprive yourself of stuff, almost feeling like you don't deserve it in a sense, instead of seeing what you do deserve. And it's taking out everything that you feel like you don't deserve, whether it's health, whether it's a good relationship, whether it's a good job, whether it's a good this, a good that, whatever it is that you feel like you don't deserve. You have to take that reason and press it. All right. And press it, put it under that pressure, that coal, to get to that diamond of the lesson. When you get to that diamond of the lesson, because I can't say what it is, but I can start poking at it and get the Aries in this story to start thinking about it. But you're going to reinvest that into yourself. Reinvest that because you're going to validate something. There's something that you're going to come to understanding on why that happened, why you reacted that way, what's the difference between you now and back then. So right here, what pulls or what will help this freedom, this polarity, is flow. Wow, this is the first time I'm seeing this card. So flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. I think that's kind of what we're talking about there, the expectations of what you think that you deserve. Might be a little bit different. Might be that you're meant to go to the top. What is the last card? Last card is something that you don't see and you're at odds ends with, and I'm hearing big confliction. This has to do with what you deem that you can celebrate, what you deem is freedom. And I have leadership. So it's always felt like you've had to follow things, follow other people's rules, follow what is or has been the routine established. Let me read the leadership though. Step into your leadership. Share your message. Inspire and empower others. Through your journey, you are going to teach yourself, but others are going to be taught. They might learn something new about you. You might learn something new about you that's going to be worth celebrating in this new freedom. This leadership really looks onto this freedom that's taking that leap, that new dive into a new routine and leading that direction. I think whatever after the eruption, after the tower, after whatever is happening, definitely giving yourself permission to go and to take a break, a little sanctuary, a little just maybe a couple of days. Maybe hermit out with yourself, have your favorite food, your favorite shows on whatever you like to stream on, and just taking that break. Being able to take off the armor that you wear every day and just being able to say, this is my time. Nothing is going to be expected of me. I'm just going to expect me to sit here and relax and see what it is that you see. You know what? It's very interesting the different shows that I watch and the different perspectives that I'll get from different things. I'm not going to lie, some things that I'll learn, I'm just like, holy moly. And it isn't what the show's trying to teach, but it's what I took from it. Hmm. All right. So what is it? What is it that would like to come out for the present? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff here. And something we're not seeing. All right. So I have a Princess of Swords here. And a Six of Pentacles. So the Princess of Swords is in reverse. She's headed towards the Six of Pentacles that's in reverse. I have the World in reverse. I have the Three of Staves upright. So there's a big reflection on how things have been felt unfair. And it's no matter what direction you go, it's always felt like it's been led that way. Holy moly. Like you don't have a choice. It's, it's like you don't have a choice because you feel like each choice is the same. That's how we're feeling in these emotions right here because I have the Two of Swords and upright. But let's get a clarity card here because I could be just saying that. Could be assuming. They say never to just assume. So what is it? What is it? What is the clarity card behind this Two of Swords? What is the clarity card? Something that the Aries is confused on. This has to be confused on where they can journey to, where they can build at, where they can have their grander view, their grander picture of things. And we have a Nine of Wands here. Always feeling like there's going to be something in your way. And that's the confusion. I'm being told don't even read this because that's the confusion. Right now, you have a block up and you don't see that there's a way around it. You don't see that you can go above it. You don't even see that you can go below it. It's just something. It's always going to be on your side. This is just the way the grass is on this side. There's no greener grass in a sense. So as we say that, we have something else that pops out onto this Princess of Swords in reverse, this Pentacles. I have this Princess of Cups. I get an innocent view with this Knight of Cups. I have a Son of Pentacles on upright, and I have a Queen over here looking out at something. What I'm getting is Aries has seen something that they're destined for. But in a sense, you're not seeing it. I have the Queen looking at this Knight of Pentacles. There's something that you see that you need to go. You need to do a certain way to build. But whoever you're surrounded by, they're not of the same sense. They can't see it. It's almost like you being high vibrational in a low vibrational community. This low vibrational community can be a family that's caught up in just low vibrations, and that's the traditions. We don't have the Hierophant here, but I am focused on how I have the Six of Pentacles in the world. So there's not this completion yet, or there has been felt like there's a completion, but your world will always be upside down. This could be a sense that deep down in your emotions, what you want to offer yourself means going off on your own. And the Aries in this story doesn't know how to go off on their own. It's like the lack of confidence to do it. Because I have the Princess of Cups looking at this Nine of Pentacles. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is looking at this Nine of Pentacles. I have this Queen of Pentacles looking at this Nine of Pentacles. All representing Aries energy and how they want to grow, how much success they want to bring in. But at the same time, they want to keep something to ethical. They want it to be ethical. This could be also a business venture that somebody wants to have, and they have partners, and these partners could be even a little corrupt if it's this way, and there's things that these partners want to take this business, maybe new things they want to come and use, different ingredients. What it has to do is maybe even shortcuts that they want to do, and the Aries in this story doesn't feel like that's going to be as fruitful, and also they don't feel like that's going to be ethical. That's why it could be tied that they feel like they can't lead in the direction that they want to go to. They can't find the polarity in how to balance out this relationship. They work so hard for something to come of fruit, but they're not celebrating. And there's a fear of taking a break. They take a break. I wonder if the fear of taking a break has to do with they feel like if they take a break, they don't know what could happen, how these others can influence what they're trying to put in. That's interesting. Let's go one more card. One more card for the present. What needs to come out for the present? What is this last card? Last three cards for the present. We have some more cup energy here. This time I have a Prince of Cups. Prince of Cups is going to be our Page of Cups. So somebody's a little emotionally immature. They get emotionally immature every time you try and bring in a good idea. And it gets turned down right away. The Ace of Cups here, Ace of Cups over here with the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's weird how the tactics that they're trying to use to dominate you. Usually kind of fight fire with water, kind of oppositions. But somehow it's a lot of emotional. There's emotional. That could be that manipulation right there. Because you have a very strong sense in the offering and the way that you want to go for the fruition of whatever this is with this others. That's not good. No, 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 no. That's not good. Why are we doing this? What is the block on this? What is the block on this? What is the emotional manipulation behind this? Trying to make you feel like a fool for even wanting to dream about something different, even wanting to have that view, even wanting to see that you can bring something, you can build something, and it could be fair. It could be eco 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 friendly. You see how they didn't want me to say that? Eco friendly. There's something. Yeah, they're trying to say, hey, you're taking too big of a gamble. Too big of a gamble. I have this devil in reverse. You're you're taking too big of a gamble there. You're gonna get us tied up because they got you in that devil. You and the devil both in the reverse there. They're trying to compare you to the ways that you're gonna get everything caught up. The different chains you're gonna put on. Not change, but chains. Chains that they're saying that are gonna take away from this company. Okay, so or whatever this is. So if we get in alignment with this, that means we have to do this contract, that's going to cost us X amount of more. That's going to cost us X amount of more. Where are we making our revenue? Because the idea behind these people is they want all the gain, but they don't want to share. They don't want sharing none of the glory with anybody. They don't want to share in anything. And what they're saying here is you're wrong. You don't have these great ideas. You're not going to go off in this good direction. You're going to make the whole cookie crumble there. We're not even going to we're not going to be able to really keep this fire, this momentum going. And what you're trying to build isn't going to work out. You see how all these came out in reverse. So they're playing at your dream almost in a sense. They don't see the full vision of the fruitation that it can bring because they only go up to this 8 of coins when they're trying to sit here and have this manipulation. But it's a lot of that pointing the finger. And what I get and I'm supposed to share is that saying they would say is don't sit there and point at people because you got 1, 2, 3 other fingers pointing back at you. This could have to do 1, 2, 3 other individuals. It's more than one. It is more than one. And if I remember right, in other stories you had for the Aries, is they were stuck between two situations. So I would say that Aries has taken up some power in the direction that they want to go or had more confidence, and they've picked a direction, but now they've moved past this. They're ready to move past this direction and they're ready to do something more. It could be that they thought they picked the right one and the right one wasn't it, and this is why they're letting this one defeat them so much. Well, you could be with this one instead. Oh, God. I hope this ain't a relationship, like a partnership. Ugh. So, what I could say is you picked this choice for a reason. These two bicker like they bicker because they're reflections of each other. You were guided to pick this one. And this one was meant to push you to a point where you go off on your own and you do something else more, something that's going to come to fruit for you. I'm not seeing another endeavor with another one here. I'm seeing for you. This could have to do with a hobby. This could have to do something with the career. However this translates, whatever it is that this Aries is going to come to when they finally take that break. All right. So what else needs to come out for the block? What else needs to come out for the block? All right. So this is how you view your stability, how you want to view your stability. And I have the 9 of coins here. Yeah, you want to go up to the 9 of coins. But the way you view it because of the block is you view it again in this confused and almost fully reverse position. You just feel like it's not going to be fortunate. There isn't going to be good fortune. You feel like you're going to be exposed. Like, if I go off in this freedom, then I'm going to have to, what I'm hearing is have all the, or hold the whole burden of everything. I mean, if you can get mofos in these kind of positions that are unethical that can make it work, why can't you get a person who is of ethics to make it work? What it is you got this person capitalizing, and this is where they're using that emotional manipulation on, it has to do with your confidence. Has to do with your confidence. I don't see anything that says you can't do it. I just see that it's the way you're looking at it. What else needs to come out for the block for the Aries in this story? Something we're not seeing that has to do with how you look at what would be the outcome if you went on your own. How you feel like you wouldn't attract clients. You're not going to attract the right kind of friends, the right kind of people, the right kind of stability, the right kind of growth, the right kind of fruitation. What it is you feel like you're going to be stuck in constrictions. into constrictions that are always going to be outspent, overspent, nothing that's going to be there. What I just said. And you're going to feel like basically it's an immature choice. Where you do feel like it's an immature choice. If I go out on my own because I don't have my own clients, I haven't had this business going for X amount of years, nobody's going to look at me. If this has to do with a food adventure, because I heard taco truck, I don't know. I don't know if this has to do with the food adventure, but with the taco truck is you can start something. The example saying is you can start something small and you can go from there. A lot of businesses will start online to offer their services first and they go from there. A lot of businesses, most of their business comes from starting online, and they'll have a little outpost in whatever city that is their local city, but primarily their source is through their online clientele. So I don't know if that helps. I don't know if the taco truck scenario helps either. There's a lot of different ways that you can market yourself as an individual. I'll tell you that even to the career that I have been doing in body work. You get a chair, you set it up at a local market, and you charge X amount for a minute, and you can gain clientele that way. Going to certain events in the public there, putting your business, your face, and starting to network is what's going to do it. And see, this is how your full moon now plays. This is how, I get it now. So your full moon plays into this is because they want you to come into a new view. So Aries, you have a very egotistical side to you that is like a child. No offense. No offense. It's very cute. It's fun when it's not upset. But let's get back to the point. So here is you can deal with this and you can throw a fit that you're dealing with this situation, or you can let this situation fuel your new start. And with that new start, you're not going to take the perceptions that these ones had because you're not them. What it is you're going to take that fresh view. And that fresh view could be, again, doing something that they didn't do. These people, whoever they are that they're very taking, they don't sound like they're community oriented people. So the way that you would grow something, if this is business related, then it's going to be grown through a very stable foundation once you start doing some community events, putting yourself out there in a sense. If this has to do with a relationship, this is going to be taking that chance that you deserve something more, whether it's a family relationship, whether it is a partnership, whether it's dealing with certain acquaintances. It's seeing that you're no longer their fool and that you don't have to keep in this circle anymore. Taking that leadership and saying no to whatever they're trying to offer you that you feel like is not within your ethics. I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them, how good did it feel to say no? And they were like, it felt pretty damn good. And I was like, how did it feel knowing that you could say no? And they were like, it felt amazing. Just throwing that out there. So I'm being pulled to go ahead and let's start the conclusion here for the Aries community. Wow. I like this. I like this a lot because when you get past this level, however this emotional manipulation plays a cycle in your life, it's like when you get faced with this again, because you will be tested in your networking. We always get tested. Um, you'll be able to see past it. It's like it's gonna be there, but it's gonna be like I am rubber, you are glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off of me and sticks to you type of thing. Basically, you're not going to wear their opinion of you because you're going to know they got something else going on. They're not that comfortable with themselves. They're not dreaming your dream. So what is it that needs to come out for the conclusion? All right, this has to do with being that compassionate, kind person when you're looking into your dream and not always seeing what bad could happen, but explore what good can happen. Oh man. That's going to say celebrate the resilience that it took for you to finally get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And how this resilience in dealing with these situations, because this is more than one time that you've dealt with this, is pushing you to where you're going to have a thicker skin when you go off into this leadership position. It's like, again, whatever they're going to say, it's going to bounce off of you and stick to them. I was wondering why I heard that today, but now it makes sense. Yeah, no, they're not going to be able to dull your shine. Not with that emotional manipulation anymore. You're going to surpass that. So we got some stuff we don't see and we're confused on. So what is it? So the confusion that we don't see is the passion. How that this is meant to come to fruition because it's so passionately driven. Your dreams, the way you go, the way you speak about your dreams, the way you want to speak about how things can be done in such a moral and ethical way is something that's not meant to be not seen and confused on. You got to see how having a passion of wanting to do something positive is okay. Just because you're in a low frequency community that doesn't believe in that for themselves, because somewhere along the lines, they lost their beliefs. And you haven't yet. Something else you're not seeing. The elixir of life. That elixir of life comes at the expense of turning that view. That view of being hard on yourself and exploring a new way to go. The page represents a younger person, younger view. It is not immature to want to build something more, to want to grow. Just know that. And knowing because you want to step up in a different way is because others they don't see it, doesn't mean you can't have it. That is how you're going to harness that elixir there. Something else you're not seeing is the growth of energy. What I'm hearing is this is going to take off. You don't know it, but somehow whatever it is that you want to do with the utmost upright, it's going to take off. It's going to be very fruitful. It's going to be very blossoming. It could be something that really helps others out. I don't know if it's helping others because you're leading an example, coming to full circle with things, which is going to help bring to circle a lot of things. And that's where I get that fortune, good fortune, fertility, more than one thing that's going to come in. It's like, in a sense, when you take off in this sense, you're going to be able not to have only one, but 3 nest eggs. Wow. Holy moly, this is so interesting. This is beautiful here. This is very different, very different. These nest eggs don't have to be just material goods. These are investments into new growths to come, new things to birth, maybe new things to birth for others to come. If this is somebody who's going to get out into a community, whatever you're bringing in is going to burst some other stuff as well. It's going to have a really positive effect. It really is. And I think that you feel it. For some reason, when you sip that cup of the offering that you really want to give, that ideal way of going that you feel within yourself, deep within yourself, you see how it could happen. You really do. You feel it. That's what I'm being told. You feel it. And that's why there's such a drive. There's such a drive. This is why you're being pulled in so many directions. Again, this is all divinely timed. They want you to do something here in this situation that's going to help start to concrete the foundations of your confidence. That's what I'm feeling. Let's go ahead and get a few more cards. What else needs to come out? All right. Oh, there's these two cards. So with this growth, with this passion, you're going to have a union in something. A union in divine guidance. What I'm hearing is you're not going to be tempted to distrust yourself again when it comes to your intuition. Or this could be another thing too. If it's for partnerships, for somebody going off into a new career, it could be that you're going to have this clarity that when you follow your gut, when you follow your instincts, that you can align with things that are better, that are more equal towards you, that are of a eye to eye kind of level. Wow. I get the song lyrics. Isn't this amazing? But don't be confused on the guidance. That's what I'm seeing here. Don't feel like you are this fool who's going to go and gamble everything away instead of the fool who takes a chance on themselves, bets on themselves. What I'm hearing is to share my story a little bit and how I've had to rise from the bottom from a low frequency community and basically go off on a new adventure and bet on myself that I could make it. So many years later, this has been since 2021 since I made this bet, since I moved away from the community, and I'm still making it. I'm thriving. My fruitation is it's here and it's beautiful. I am the most happiest I have ever been in my life. So don't knock divine guidance. Don't knock the journey because you never know where a detour is going to lead you. All right. So this is going to conclude it, Aries community. Thank you so much for your patience as the timing for all these stories has taken longer to come out this cycle. So again, thank you so much for your patience. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.